Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City, still affectionately called Saigon by locals and visitors alike, a city where the present and the past collide in ways both vibrant and captivating. This dynamic metropolis stands as Vietnam's beating heart, where every street corner, every buzzing alleyway, and every soaring building tells a different story. Here, we embark on a journey to discover the streets, culture, and signature highlights of a city bursting with energy, color, and life. Saigon is, above all, a city of contrasts. Nowhere else in Vietnam will you see such a daily fusion. Ornate French colonial architecture sits shoulder to shoulder with gleaming modern skyscrapers. Old banyan trees line bustling roads, their roots entwined with history, while neon lights illuminate the faces of young entrepreneurs racing into the future. Whether you seek the whisper of the past or the thrill of today, Saigon's diverse neighborhoods have something unique to offer. Start your exploration with a quick orientation to Saigon's districts, each offering a distinct flavor. District 1 is the city's pulsing core, home to the majority of Saigon's famed landmarks and a playground for both local and international tourists. The narrow streets and grand boulevards here guide you past historical sites, elegant cafés, shopping hubs, and lively bars. If you want to experience the city's iconic attractions, District 1 is your launchpad. Just a short ride away lies District 3, an area treasured by those seeking authentic, everyday Vietnamese life. This district reveals the heart of Saigon beyond its tourist face. Tree-lined streets, neighborhood markets, old apartment blocks, and the delicious aroma of street food stalls. Walking through District 3 invites you to slow down, observe, and enjoy the understated charm of daily routines unfolding at every turn. Head further west, and you'll find District 5, historically known as Cholon, Saigon's own Chinatown. Bursting with colors, temples, traditional medicine shops, and Chinese eateries, this district radiates the energy of generations of immigrants. Here, crumbling mansions and incense-swirled pagodas rub shoulders with lively markets, where every exchange is steeped in centuries-old custom. And in the southern part of the city, District 7 stands as a testament to Saigon's global ambitions. Known for its international communities, upscale apartments, international schools, and leafy boulevards, it offers a decidedly cosmopolitan vibe, ideal for expats seeking modern comfort and a quieter urban environment. Once grounded by the city's geography, it's time to plunge into its energetic core, starting with the iconic Ben Thanh Market. This is Saigon's beating heart, a sprawling labyrinth of scents, colors, and cacophonous sounds. Wander the aisles where vendors tout everything from spices and textiles to handicrafts, souvenirs, and fresh fruit. Watch as local vendors skillfully prepare steaming bowls of pho or sizzling ban sao. The energy of commerce fills the air, a chorus of laughter, bargaining, and friendly banter echoing beneath the high domed ceiling. For visitors, Ben Thanh is not just about shopping. It's a thrilling immersion into the art of the deal and the magic of Saigon's communal spirit. A few streets away rises the stately Notre-Dame Cathedral Basilica of Saigon, built between 1863 and 1880 by French colonists. This splendid building, with its twin bell towers reaching toward the sky, stands as a testament to Saigon's colonial past. Nearly every brick was imported from southern France, and the stained glass windows once gleamed in the tropical light, casting dappled colors onto the cool marble floors. Though the ravages of time and war have altered the interior, the cathedral remains a serene haven in the midst of urban chaos, a place where people pause, reflect, and marvel at the artistry of another era. Right across from the cathedral stands another architectural treasure, the Saigon Central Post Office. Designed by the renowned French architect Gustave Eiffel, this stunning yellow building with its green window shutters and arched entryway evokes the grand age of exploration and communication. Inside, the vaulted metal ceiling soars overhead like the hull of a ship, while polished wooden counters and antique telephone booths cater to travelers and locals alike. Maps from the colonial period adorn the walls, and at the far end, beneath the stately gaze of Ho Chi Minh's portrait, old men still handwrite letters for those who need help sending a message home. Step inside, and you'll feel transported to a time when the world grew just a little smaller with every posted stamp. A short stroll leads you to the Reunification Palace, also known as Independence Palace, a modernist building frozen in time, its angular facade peeking through a shaded park. The palace was once the seat of South Vietnam's presidents and the dramatic stage for one of the 20th century's most dramatic moments, the fall of Saigon. On April 30th, 1975, the gates burst open as North Vietnamese tanks rolled through, bringing an end to decades of conflict. Today, the palace is preserved as a museum. Walk through its hushed halls and you'll see vintage meeting rooms, secret bunkers, and the imposing war rooms exactly as they were left on that historic day. Stories of politics, ambition, and hope echo quietly through the corridors. If you seek to understand Saigon, and indeed Vietnam's recent past, the War Remnants Museum is an essential destination. This sobering museum confronts visitors with the harrowing realities of the Vietnam War. Outside, rusted tanks and warplanes sit on display. Inside, photographic exhibits, preserved artifacts, and personal testimonies uncover the stories of pain, struggle, and resilience. The war's legacy is a difficult but necessary chapter, but the city's willingness to face it head-on is a testament to the Vietnamese spirit of remembrance and renewal. But life in Saigon is not all solemn reflection. Step outside into the tropical sunlight, and the city greets you with 1,000 invitations to enjoy its contagious energy. One of the most beloved places to experience this vibrancy is Nguyen Hue Street, a pedestrian boulevard draped in festive lights and bursting with activity. Day and night, street performers showcase their talents, fountains dance to the music, and food stalls tempt wanderers with tantalizing aromas. Locals and tourists alike meander along the spacious walkways, gathering to chat, laugh, or simply watch the city's heart beat out its unending rhythm. For a different perspective, literally, head skyward to the Bitexco Tower skydeck. This modern skyscraper, one of the tallest structures in Vietnam, offers an unrivaled 360-degree panorama of the city below. From here, Saigon reveals itself as an infinite maze. Rivers curve through skyscrapers, red-tiled roofs cluster around ancient pagodas, and the traffic flows like pulsing veins. As dusk falls, the city twinkles to life, a shimmering jewel against the night. It's the perfect spot to marvel at Saigon's journey from colonial outpost to metropolis of the future. Culture lovers delight in the presence of the Saigon Opera House, an architectural gem that sits resplendently amidst the chaos of downtown. Built at the turn of the 20th century, its ornate facade tells of an era when Saigon was the pearl of the Far East. Today, the Opera House springs to life with traditional Vietnamese performances, contemporary dance, and classical concerts, the timeless artistry of culture alive in an ever-changing world. Even amid the urban sprawl, Saigon is a city that treasures green spaces. Tao Dan Park offers a peaceful escape from the city's relentless tempo. Stroll through the park's shaded pathways under towering trees where the hum of cicadas replaces the roar of traffic. Locals gather here for gentle morning exercises, tai chi, badminton, or laughter yoga, while others relax on benches, sipping strong iced coffee and watching the world go by. This is where Saigon's softer side is on full display, where nature and community provide solace from the city's relentless energy. But in Saigon, perhaps nothing defines daily life more than the ever-present whir of motorbikes. Over 7 million of these two-wheeled machines flow through the city like living rivers, weaving together business, family life, and recreation in a way few outsiders can imagine. Watching the ballet of bikes at rush hour, drivers balancing groceries, school children, even houseplants, is both exhilarating and humbling. This motorbike culture is the lifeblood of Saigon, a visible manifestation of its adaptability, ingenuity, and chaotic creativity. For newcomers, crossing the street in Saigon can seem a daunting task. With motorbikes streaming past in unending waves, it takes nerves of steel and a bit of technique. The secret is to move steadily at a calm and predictable pace, allowing the drivers to weave around you in a city-wide dance. Soon enough, what was once terrifying becomes part of the fun. Another story to share about your adventures in Saigon. As the sun dips below the skyline, Saigon awakens to a new kind of magic. The night markets and street food scene. Across the city, dong-lit stalls unfold along busy streets, offering everything from crispy banh mi sandwiches to delicate goi quan spring rolls. The air is perfumed with lemongrass, grilled meats, and tangy fish sauce. In makeshift dining rooms of plastic stools and folding tables, friends gather to savor local beer, slurping noodles and sharing laughter under strings of colored lights. This is Saigon at its most authentic, where the boundaries between locals and visitors blur, and memories are made over shared plates and shared stories. And everywhere you go, it's the people who define the city. Saigon's residents are celebrated for their friendliness, resourcefulness, and fast-paced energy. Entrepreneurs hustle on street corners, office workers zip by on scooters, and vendors shout cheerful greetings to passers-by. Here, everyone is on the move, adapting to change while holding on to tradition. Strike up a conversation, and you'll find that Saigon's greatest asset isn't its markets or monuments. It's the warmth, humor, and relentless optimism of its people. To discover Saigon is to embrace a city perpetually in motion. It is a place where every street hums with the past and the future, where tradition and ambition fuel relentless growth, and where every experience is intensified by the spirit of those who call it home. Whether you are drawn to the mystical incense of 1,000 temples, the glitter of city lights from a rooftop perch, or the heady rush of crossing a river of relentless motorbikes, Saigon will capture your senses. Here, every corner offers a fresh adventure, every meal a story, every encounter a chance to see the world anew. It is, quite simply, a city you never forget, a destination as complex, captivating, and unforgettable as the people who bring it to life. Welcome to Saigon, Vietnam's window to the world and the journey of a lifetime. Modern Saigon is a city that moves to the rhythm of its own heartbeat, a heartbeat composed of the hiss of traffic, the laughter drifting from alleyways, and the clink of coffee cups in 1,000 cafés. Here, the soul of the city mingles with the aroma of roasted beans and the sizzle from street food stalls, creating an everyday symphony where the new meets the old, and every corner offers a fresh tale to be experienced. Begin at the Café Apartment, a curious building perched on the edge of Nguyen Hue Walking Street. Once a residential building, it's now a vertical warren of independent cafes, tea houses, boutiques, and creative studios stacked atop each other, each storefront exuding its own quirky personality. You step through weathered corridors and up narrow stairways, every floor presenting a surprise, a bohemian nook pouring French press coffee, a minimalist studio glowing with neon, or a cafe where typewriters and old suitcases lend a nostalgic flair. The building itself feels alive, a living testament to Saigon's adaptability, where history and modern expression coexist side by side. Life in Saigon often revolves around coffee, and its cafe culture is deeply woven into the city's fabric. Here, coffee is more than a beverage. It's an anchor point for social interaction, business meetings, and solitary reflection. In the early mornings, the sidewalks hum with people carefully brewing café soda, coarse Vietnamese coffee, dark and earthy, slowly dripping through a metal fin filter into a glass, sweetened with condensed milk, and poured over ice. These street-side rituals are as traditional as the city itself. Step into a modern espresso bar and you'll meet a different crowd. Young professionals and students order specialty roasts, double shots, or salted cream lattes, their laptops aglow in the dim light. In every neighborhood, hidden alley cafes call to those curious enough to search for them. Behind crumbling facades and iron gates, You'll find sun-dappled courtyards where time seems to bend. Vintage vinyl plays softly, and the city's hum fades just enough to let you catch your breath. In these tucked-away sanctuaries, locals and travelers share tables and conversations, united by a common affection for Saigon's vibrant, ever-evolving energy. One of the most intriguing additions to the lineup is egg coffee, a Hanoi invention now embraced and reinvented down south. In creative Saigon cafés, this treat is concocted with rich Vietnamese coffee topped by a cloud of whipped egg yolk, sugar, and condensed milk. Each sip is a decadence, the bitterness of coffee balanced by custardy sweetness, a surprising harmony that feels both familiar and fresh. Some cafes twist the recipe further, serving it cold, infusing it with matcha, or pairing it with local pastries. The story of eating in Saigon is a story of layers, of heritage, adaptation, and local flair. Wander into any bakery at dawn and you'll see the spirit of banh mi alive and well. At heart, it's a blend of French influence and Vietnamese ingenuity, a crisp, airy baguette filled with thinly sliced grilled pork or shredded chicken, lathered with pâté, mayonnaise, pickled vegetables, cucumber, coriander, and chilies. Order the southern variation and you'll taste an extra hit of sweetness and spice, a casual abundance that celebrates Saigon's creativity with every bite. For many, comfort food means com tom, or broken rice, a dish so deeply Saigonese that locals crave it with the same devotion as home. Originally devised as a way to use up imperfect rice grains, com tam is now a jewel of the city's culinary crown. A heap of savory, broken rice is served alongside a grilled pork chop, marinated, smoky, and caramelized, with a trembling fried egg, slices of steamed pork loaf, pickled carrots and daikon, and a drizzle of fish sauce. The textures and contrasts, soft, crunchy, salty, sweet, capture the essence of Saigon's appetite for life. Those in search of the city's melting pot will find it in a steaming bowl of Hu Tu Nam Vang. An immigrant dish at its roots, Hu Tu draws influence from Cambodian and Chinese cuisines, but becomes something unique in the hands of Saigonese cooks. The broth, clear and fragrant, cradles a heap of rice noodles topped with slices of pork, crab, shrimp, quail eggs, and bright green scallions. Vendors might offer it ko, dry with the soup on the side, or deck it out with chili, lime, and crispy fried garlic. The effect is light enough for breakfast, hearty enough for dinner, a delicate complexity that tells the story of adaptation and openness. Yet perhaps the city's purest joy comes from its street food, where flavors are bold and traditions are resilient, existing on bustling corners and tucked into quiet alleys. Start with bola lot, smoky, plump parcels of spiced beef wrapped in wild betel leaves, grilled over open coals and served with a shower of crushed peanuts, pickled radish, and fresh bean sprouts. Or taste the fun in ban trang nuong, a crispy rice paper grilled over fire and topped with quail eggs, dried shrimp, spring onions, sausage, and spicy sauce. A Vietnamese pizza, both playful and satisfying. Follow the nighttime crowd to mobile grills selling buttery corn, sticky rice skewers, fresh sugarcane juice, or sweet soups, each stall a testament to Saigon's generosity and inventiveness. A more recent evolution is the growth of vegan and plant-based options, responding to both local Buddhist traditions and international trends. Saigon, long famous for its array of herbs, greens, and tropical fruits, now boasts an expanding roster of vegetarian cafes, vegan banh mi carts, and raw food restaurants. Here, you'll find coconut milk-based curries, jackfruit salad, mushroom pho, and creative takes on traditional dishes, all revealing the city's open-mindedness and appetite for renewal. As the city changes with each season, the evenings come alive in yet another way with the roar of the craft beer scene. Young Vietnamese brewmasters and visiting enthusiasts have ushered in a golden age of local brewing with small batch ales, stouts, and lagers poured from taps in industrial tap rooms or on breezy rooftop terraces. Sip a glass of jasmine IPA, tamarind saison, or chocolate porter while the skyline twinkles in the distance and live music spills out onto the terrace. Whether you're lounging at a riverside brewery or rising above the city's neon-lit chaos, there's a sense of community and celebration in every glass. Shopping in Saigon is a treasure hunt all its own. Its wet markets and open-air stalls overflow with tropical fruits, embroidered fabrics, lacquerware, street fashion, and antiques that whisper secrets of decades past. For those seeking air-conditioned comfort, luxury malls such as Vincom Center and Takashimaya offer both international brands and upscale local boutiques. Traversing the full spectrum from tradition to trend has never been so intoxicating. Try an heirloom silk ao-dai one moment, then peruse stylish sneakers or chic jewelry the next. At the city's heart, commerce feels like an extension of its spirit, exuberant and ever-changing.
For a quieter interlude, stroll along Book Street, Duong Sash, a pedestrian road entirely devoted to literature and creativity. Shaded by trees and lined with charming open-air bookstores, this oasis offers art installations, cafes where readers linger over novels and coffee, and a rare moment of calm amid the city's buzz. Literary festivals and lively discussions often unfold here, and even those unable to read Vietnamese will feel the pull of the written word. A reminder that Saigon has a gentle, contemplative side, hidden just beneath its energetic veneer. Art and culture flourish in pockets both big and small. Spaces like the Factory Contemporary Art Center challenge imagination with provocative installations, while Saigon Outcast merges co-working, street art, and a crafts market beneath colorful murals and recycled shipping containers. The Lab, with its design workshops and galleries, is a magnet for creatives and makers. In each of these places, new ideas and collaborations take root, echoing the city's restless drive towards innovation. As night arrives and humidity finally softens, Saigon's live music venues and jazz bars begin to beckon. Step into a dimly lit club and let the strains of saxophones and soulful voices melt away the day. Cozy up with a cocktail or Vietnamese craft gin and tune into a rotating calendar of acoustic sets, open mic nights, and impromptu jam sessions. The blend of local talent and international flair infuses these evenings with magic. Watching musicians lose themselves in melody, it's easy to forget the world beyond these walls and to understand why so many fall in love with Saigon after dark. Timing matters in this city of contrasts and possibilities. The ideal window to visit Saigon is during its dry season, from December to April, when the air is clear, the heat is bearable, and the skies are most likely to reward you with vibrant sunsets. Avoid the heavy rains of June through September, unless you're keen to witness the poetic chaos of summer storms, motorbikes racing for shelter, and city parks washed fresh in the downpour. Of course, even in this city of warmth, a dose of caution belongs in every traveler's toolkit. The bustling streets reward those who remain mindful. Keep an eye out for pickpockets, especially in crowded markets. Secure your bag and be wary of your surroundings in busy districts. Helmets are mandatory if you rent or hop onto a motorbike, both for your safety and to blend seamlessly into the city's primary mode of transportation. In markets, bargaining is part of the game. Smile, negotiate in good humor, and enjoy the dance of commerce, but settle on a price that feels fair for both seller and buyer. All these layers, cafe terraces, sizzling food stalls, art spaces, music clubs, markets, and malls, combine to form a living, breathing metropolis. Saigon is not easily defined. It changes shape with each day and night. It is a city eager to embrace you, intoxicate you, sweep you up in its momentum, and then offer you a quiet place, a good book, or a strong coffee when you need rest. More than a destination, Saigon is a pulse, a flavor, and an invitation to discovery. For every traveler, it promises something personal, a favorite steaming street dish, an unforgettable music night, or a rooftop view where the city lights shimmer and stretch on forever. In Saigon, the old and the new, the bold and the serene, sit side by side,
a never-ending conversation that is as hopeful as it is enduring. Embrace its pace, feast on its diversity, and let yourself be swept along by the relentless spirit of a city that never truly sleeps.